The Galaxy S7 Edge incorporates a very predictable upgrade in specs over last year's model, and in some areas sticks with the same specs as before. The one outward-facing move is in display size, where the GS7 Edge comes in a 5.5 inches over last year's 5.1, though the GS6 Edge Plus was 5.7, but sticks with the same Super AMOLED display tech and 2560 by 1440 resolution. On the inside, a small bump to 4GB of RAM is welcomed, as are the new processors. You'll get either a quad-core Qualcomm Snapdragon 820, or Samsung's latest octa-core Exynos 8 processor. The two other notable spec table changes are storage and battery. You'll only have the option to buy a Galaxy S7 Edge with 32GB of internal storage. Of course, that's paired with the new microSD card slot, which can take up to a 200GB card. But for those who want everything to be internal, there aren't 64 and 128GB versions anymore. The battery also jumps to a rather large 3600 mAh, which is 1000 mAh more than the Galaxy S6 Edge and even 600 mAh more than the Galaxy S6 Edge Plus. New features, refined looks are one thing, but altogether new features are always welcomed with any phone release and are often bigger changes than just the interface design. One of the biggest features you're likely to use every single day is the new always-on display. Now when you turn off your display, it goes just 2 seconds before turning back on a handful of pixels to display some useful information. You can tell it to show one of several clocks, a calendar or simplistic background image, with each one only taking up a small portion of the actual display thanks to the Super AMOLED screen tech that only lights up the required pixels to display an image. It's undeniable that the Galaxy S and Note phones of 2015 offered some of the best, if not the best, camera experiences of any phone. The 16MP sensor behind a super bright f/1.9 lens, supported by great processing software, was a revelation. And after just 4 phones released with that sensor and lens combination, Samsung scrapped it entirely to move on to what we find in the Galaxy S7 Edge. In terms of numbers, it's pretty easy to wrap your head around. The camera sensor is now a lower 12MP resolution, which has the upside of making each individual pixel larger, now 1.4 microns instead of 1.12. It's also paired up with the new lens with a wider aperture of f/1.7. That sensor change also enables